Welcome to Repairing Lawnmowers for Profit. The following short video will show you the internal workings of a self-propel unit on your petrol lawnmower. Hopefully, if it doesn't save you some money, it will save you some time. In this video, I'm going to show you how a self-propel unit works on a lawnmower. Now, as you can see, this is removed from the lawnmower. This is the rear axle. This is where your wheels would normally sit, on this end and on this end. This is off a Mount Field lawnmower. So what happens is, you have a pulley wheel here that's normally got a belt that runs to the centre of the lawnmower. So when your lawnmower's turning, the belt turns, and this turns all the time. What happens when you want the lawnmower to be self-propelled after you've started it up? When you pull the handle, there's normally a spring on here that's attached to a cable. It knocks this lever across, and as you can see when it knocks it across, if you watch the axle at the back, it starts to turn, which propels the wheels. So that's basically how it works. When you let go of it, pull it across, the spring tension's gone and it stops turning. Now, these units are prone to failure, and there's a very simple reason for that. Now, inside here we have a metal worm gear, which is okay, but unfortunately it runs against a plastic gear here, and of course over time the metal gear will wear the plastic gear away, and unfortunately there's no easy way of repairing these. The quickest and easiest way is just to replace the part, which aren't cheap, but if you look in here, in case you were thinking of taking your lawnmower apart, this may save you some time. If you see the work that goes on in here, it's very difficult to remove this from the shaft. You can't just slide it off. There's all sorts of pins in here that are very difficult to remove. So although this video won't help you repair it, it may save you some time if you were thinking of taking it apart and trying to remove it from the axle, basically, and trying to fit another one. This might just show you the work that would be involved. It's probably quicker to replace it. So I thought I'd do this video to try and save anyone a bit of time as opposed to a bit of money. So when you move the blue lever across, it knocks across, and obviously it creates the gear. It turns the axle. That's what happens when you pull the blue lever. So if you think that's what's happened to your lawnmower, there's an easy way to tell from the outside. Normally, when it's all connected back together, if you can see, if you look at the back of your lawnmower, there's normally the cable in here, and then you've got the spring that loops over. Now, on the back of the Mount Field lawnmowers, if you look in the back left, sometimes you have to cut a square out so you can see. Sometimes it's a box that pulls out, but you'll be able to see this unit. You'll be able to see, hopefully, a spring here and a cable. Now, when you pull the lever on your lawnmower, if you don't see, even though there's a lot of tension on the spring, if you don't see this move over at all, even though you can see the spring tensioning, it means 9 times out of 10 that the gears have gone inside, which is basically eating itself alive, and it won't move across because there's so many bits in the way. But if you do see it move across and it doesn't work, it may be worth it just having a quick look in here and just checking this out before you try to replace the part. But there is a lot of times a simple fix for what happens with these self-propels. As I've said, there's a spring that hooks over here that goes to the cable. Now, a lot of people, when the self-propel stops working, they mess about with the cable on the handle, and it becomes so slack that the cable becomes slack and the spring slips off because it's not under tension anymore, and it slides off over the end of here. So if you can see in the back of your lawnmower, you may see this cutout. If you see it there with no spring, it's often because your spring and your cable are sat here. Now, there's an easy way to hook this back on. A lot of people will try and get in, they'll try and get a cable tie or something like that. It's quite difficult to get in, and they'll try and hook the spring back into this groove here, and it's really difficult to do. And it sounds obvious, but I've seen it done a lot of times, people trying to hook it back over. The quickest way to do it, get the end of the spring and simply push from this side. Eventually it'll push far enough to hook onto here. So with the spring back on and the cable tensioned nicely, it might just be worth trying, because if you've tried everything else and you're not sure what's going on and your propels just stop working, take a look in the back of your lawnmower and see if this spring's there, because a lot of the time if it's too slack, it's come off, it's moved away, and if you push it back on instead of hooking it back on, tighten your cable a little bit and just try your lawnmower. Start it off, start it running till the belt turns, pull your lever, watch the back axle turn. Hopefully it'll repair your lawnmower. If you don't see the lever move across, even with the spring attached, either replace the axle, replace the transmission. Unfortunately, if it's a really old lawnmower and you don't think it's worth anything, it may be worth, if you've got an awful lot of grass and you need a self-propel, just replacing your lawnmower as well. So very difficult to repair, very difficult to replace, unfortunately, but could be a quick fix if you've simply lost a spring off the back of there. So I hope you can now see how a self-propel unit works on your lawnmower. If you like the videos here, please feel free to subscribe or leave a comment. Please check out the website repairinglawnmowersforprofit.com. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again.